So I was in the middle of recording a video and I got a notification on my phone. Well, you could just imagine that took me completely out of this flow state that I was in. But what's interesting is I have all notifications already shut off on my phone. I only allow for certain people to come through. But I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb right now. So I had that notification come through, it popped up on my screen, and it completely took me out of my flow state. I was in the middle of speaking, totally invested in what I was talking about. And as soon as that came up, my mind went blank. I tried to go back to the camera to talk, and I just couldn't do it. I was literally at a standstill. I was like kind of feeling frustration, but also realizing it was totally up to me. It was my fault that that had happened. But feeling somewhat of that annoyance to the person who messaged me, but it's not their fault at all. They don't know what I'm doing right now. They didn't know that I was in the middle of recording a video, but I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. And it just made me think about how many years of my life that I just had notifications popping up on my screen constantly. You got to understand, what I'm saying right now is I only allow for literally 3 to 4 people appear on my phone. That's it. Just messages, no other app at all. I turn off every single notification. In fact, I don't even allow my phone to just appear like what people have in their lock screen. You know, when you get a notification, it would just pop up, or if you just tap it, it will light up the screen and you can see the clock. I don't even have that. I don't even have it where if you rise to wake, you know that feature where you lift it up and it'll turn on? I don't even have that on. I turned off all these types of features because I realized they were just distractions and they were causing me to lose my focus, just like I did right there. And it made me realize, because I've had all these other notifications off and I've basically never been distracted for a few months now because of these notifications have been off. But that one went through when I was needing it to be off the most. And I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. So I started feeling a little frustrated with myself, and that's just complete honesty here with you, that you're still gonna feel that kind of annoyance, but you gotta realize it's completely up to you. You need to remember to turn it off. You need to set these boundaries for yourself. And now, right now, I'm talking to you specifically because you may not have any notifications turned off. You probably have them all on, whether that's Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever you got. You got all these notifications just constantly bombarding you every minute of the day. Anytime you're working, anytime you're doing any activity, you've got something just appearing on your screen, and it's taking your focus away from what you're doing into that. Why would you allow these small distractions to keep taking away your focus? You're trying to do something meaningful. You're working towards a goal. You're trying to focus on whatever it is you're doing. Like for myself, when I'm recording these videos, or in the morning, my deep work task is to work on a course. That's what I've been working on for the last 2-3 weeks now. Every single day I get up, I work for 6 hours straight with no break, just concentrating on the work ahead of me. I put my phone on silent and it's far away from me. I only focus on working on the course. Can you imagine if all of a sudden I start getting these dings and they start lighting up? That would completely take out my focus, just as that pop-up did right now while I was recording. So you got to understand, this video here literally came from that. So it's actually good because I'm able to share something from it. But I wish that didn't happen. That should have never happened. I should have never had that pop-up come up on my screen because I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. I should have remembered. You need to respect your own time. You need to respect your focus. If you want to excel in whatever it is you're doing, you need to realize that your focus, your cognitive functioning is literally the most important thing that you have, especially if you're doing some kind of job like entrepreneurship. You know, if you're just working at a factory, I can understand you kind of live like everybody else. You just turn off your brain and you do whatever you do. Look, I've done that kind of job before. I wasn't even focused during those times. I put on any music and I would just work. But see, when you're focusing on becoming some kind of entrepreneur, which I know a lot of young guys want to do, and you're allowing these kind of distractions to get to you and to take away your focus, I can't take you seriously. How can I take somebody like that seriously when you're allowing these kind of distractions to just pull you away from what you're focused on? Now you gotta understand, like I started this video, I'm guilty of it myself because I allowed even those people that I want to come through to distract me when I didn't want them to. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you absolutely need to turn off the distractions, these notifications on your phone right now for anything that is not absolutely critical. And honestly, I could probably say even those things weren't necessary. I get the message and I see what it is and I'm like, that's not necessary right now. I wish I didn't see that right now. That's not important. Oftentimes, it's not going to be an emergency. When was the last time you actually had an emergency? Now you could say like, okay, but what if there is? Actually ask yourself, when was the last time there was actually an emergency? There was actually something that important that you needed to handle right now. Think about it right now. I'm here on my walk. Do you think any message that I get from anybody is actually going to be that important right now? Now you could argue it's like, yeah, something could, but they would probably message somebody else before me, right? Whether that's my dad, my brother, somebody else. They're dealing with it even before me, right? It's probably not going to happen. But even still, if you needed to keep those people on your phone, that's fine. I understand. That's who the people that I keep on as important. But everything else, turn it off. Turn those kind of things off. You can't allow these distractions to take away your focus. These notifications in particular are taking you out. They're taking you out of that flow state, man. You can't keep allowing this to happen. If you really want to grow your business or you want to do any goal, if you're trying to achieve, say you're even in the middle of a workout at the gym, you allow yourself to just go and see some text. You see this text, it could be great, it could be bad news, it could be anything, but you don't know. You see it, you see that text, you know what you're going to feel? It completely takes you out of what you were in, and now, got some snow on my phone. And now, guess what? Now you're not going to be in that kind of flow state that you were in. You're not going to be pushing as hard in the gym because your mind is elsewhere. You need to focus. And it first comes down to the fact that you need to turn off these notifications. I hope you take this seriously because it took me a while to actually take this seriously. I've heard other people say it, and it wasn't until I finally heard this one video and it clicked for me, and I said, you know what? Why haven't I turned this off yet? Like, what am I really missing out right now by keeping these things on? Am I really missing out on something? I realized, you know what I was really missing out on? My potential, my focus. That's what I was missing out on. And so that's why I really hope that you take this seriously. If you want this video to truly help you, you'll turn this off right now. Well, first give it a like. I really hope you give it a like. Help the algorithm. But seriously, I really hope that you will go on to system preferences, whatever your settings is on your app, on your phone. And you go and toggle off each of the notifications on each app. You don't need them.